Naruto Uzumaki, the number one knucklehead ninja we all know as the main protagonist of the Naruto franchise. But could have there been a better choice for the series' main character? What's up my ninjas and kunoichi, Zenkai Senpai is back in the dojo, and today I'll be talking about why the handsome devil Rock Lee would have been a better protagonist than Naruto. Now everyone, lower your pitchfork and just hear me out. Naruto is a great character and all, but I found that Lee is a better suited character for the Naruto series for various reasons. As we all know, Naruto is the nine-tailed Jinchuriki, and experienced a very depressing childhood because of everyone's hatred towards the tailed beast, and growing up without any parents. He also did poorly in the academy, and often got into a lot of trouble. This leads to Naruto vowing to someday becoming the Hokage so that people will no longer look down on him. Naruto's sadness and sorrow is very relatable to people who can never seem to fit in, and this theme seems to carry over through most of part 1. Lee on the other hand also experienced the same thing under different circumstances. Lee was harassed and teased at his days at the academy because he lacked the skill to perform ninjutsu. This really sucked for him because ninjutsu was a vital skill in order to be a great ninja in the Hidden Leaf. In order to work around this weakness, Lee had to work extremely hard to even dream of reaching the level of a promising genin. Lee's theme would be that even if you're at rock bottom, with hard work, you can rise above any obstacle. In my opinion, this backstory for a protagonist in Naruto would work better because Lee wasn't born with talent and he wasn't given a scroll to grant him a hack's jutsu. Naruto from the get-go had a demon inside of him to save him in almost every dire situation and learn how to use Shadow Jutsu from episode 1. Ever since, he spammed it in every single fight and never tried improving in his ninjutsu skills until he started training with Jiraiya. And even after that, he only had the Toad summoning and Rasengan added to his skill set. The way Lee got strong is much more rewarding because he went from a garbage ninja to a slightly less garbage ninja to a full-on beast. Now yes, Lee did improve drastically because of Guy Sensei, but his drive to better himself is what really granted the results of what he got in his training. Another reason why Rock Lee would be a better protagonist than Naruto, because him as the main focus would shift the story in an even more interesting direction. If Lee were to be the main character, we wouldn't focus on Team 7 in part 1, but rather Team Guy. Similar to the original story of Naruto, we would see how Team Guy interacted on missions they went on in place of Team 7. However, it would probably be more interesting if we switched the plot between both teams. Team Guy were genin for a year, and nothing was ever revealed that they were experienced enough to handle anything on the levels of the Zabuza arc yet. So, I think it would be more interesting, plot-wise, to send a Team Guy to land the waves instead of Team 7. Especially since their team is more qualified with what they'll face and are way more skilled. I bet you all can remember how awesome the fight was between Kakashi and Zabuza, but just imagine Might Guy versus Zabuza instead, or Lee and Neji versus Haku. Those fights would be sick and honestly probably would top what we've seen already. Although, just because Lee's the main character, it doesn't mean Naruto needs to be shouted out the series entirely. Naruto could very well still be a good friend / rival for Lee, and the story can build the relationship more than it did originally. Focusing on Lee would also give more clarity on what Team Guy did in the Chunin exams. We could see their experiences together and see what led up to Lee saving Useless from the Sound Ninja. Leading from there, we would eventually see the great battle between Rock Lee and Gaara, and I personally would want him to win. It would just further encourage the theme. With hard work, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Naruto will always be known for its amazing fights and emotions within this series, and many of those fights involve Naruto Uzumaki. However, my main gripe with his fights is that a lot of them rely heavily on plot progression. In just about every fight, Naruto goes in with the same plan, even through Sound Shippuden. Bust out some shadow clones, if that doesn't work, bust out some more, and hit them with Rasengan, and if all else fails, the Kyuubi takes over for a guaranteed dub. Do you see where I'm getting at? Naruto never seems to persevere through his own strength. Almost all his powers have been handed to him, except for Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, and Sage Mode. If Rasen Shuriken isn't completely legitimate because he used tons of clones to speed up the process instead of learning naturally. Because of these flaws, Naruto's fights are repetitive and bring less excitement than its supporting cast. If Lee were the main protagonist, the series probably wouldn't have this problem because Lee always has room to grow and perseveres through nothing but pure strength and willpower. His knack to keep working hard is a good quality for a protagonist, and all his victories would feel extremely rewarding for his character and the fans. Just ask any Naruto fan about any fight Lee was involved in, and I'm sure they can tell you how hype he is as a character. Lee's fighting style may be simple, but he definitely can get your blood pumping with his confident attitude and the impact it has on his taijutsu. Techniques like the Leaf Hurricane, Primary Lotus, the 8 Gates, these are all moves we all remember from Lee that are unique to him, not taking into account Guide Sensei, and even he is somewhat unique in his own way. Basically what I'm saying is, if Rock Lee was the main protagonist, the way he fights would be more appealing and authentic because all his fights come down to skill and produce tension to leave the audience at the edge of their seats. Naruto has good fights of his own, but most of them have come down to plot armor, and in my opinion, a good main character would try to avoid that as much as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I had a lot of fun making it. Rock Lee is one of my favorite characters in the Naruto series, and I just wish he had more development and screen time within this story. He's such a well written character, and he deserves to be just as important as Naruto and Sasuke. This is why I think Rock Lee should have been the main protagonist of Naruto. Like, comment, subscribe, and slice open the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, my ninjas.